Alright, good day to all. Hopefully you're doing great at home. So I make this video just to help clarify about how to calculate the corporate governance index. So basically the corporate governance index is based on the principle, the 5 principles that I always mention in the class: accountability, transparency, fairness, independent, and ethics. So some of you actually has this principle as a dependent variable. So you are having trouble that how you're going to include this principle in the SPSS. So well, don't worry now. I will explain to you how to do that. So what we do actually, we use proxies. For accountability, we use annual general meeting as proxy, or 2/3 a non-executive board member in audit committee, or 2/3 a non-executive board in risk management committee. This basically to find out about the accountability. And for transparency, we look at the disclosure. So disclosure of annual reports, audit committee, risk management committee. For fairness, we look at female in the main board. Do they have any female in the main board? But remember, the difference between main board and the subcommittee is the main board consists of executive and non-executive directors, the CEOs, and the chairman. And whether they have 30% female in the main board. And also we look at independent, whether you have non-executive board members, and this also look at the main board, not the subcommittee. Do not confuse. And more than 2/3 a non-executive board in the main board. This is to make sure that these supervisory board are free from external influence or the influence of the CEOs. And then we look at ethics. Whether you have ethic element in your company. Example of ethic is green technology. You engage in solar panel, solar power, solar energy, or renewable energy, or clean energy, and so on. And then do you do charity and donation, and do you have CSR programs? So now, as I mentioned before, you have 5 years of the data from 2014 to 2018. So what you need to do is you need to compute the data. If you have those data, you actually put 1. If no, you put 0. This is the example of my data. Your data may be different. Let's say in my data, annual general meeting, they do have it. That's why I put 1. If they don't have it, like your case, maybe you have to put 0. Okay? But my case, I put 1 because I have it. And 2/3 non-executive in the audit committee, they do have. That's why I put 1. 2/3 non-executive in risk management committee, they don't have it. That's why I put 0. Transparency, usually most company will have annual report, so you usually will have 1 for this. Audit committee, if you do have, you put 1. If not, 0. Like my case, risk management committee, they don't have it, I put 0. And then the fairness, female in the board, yes they do, I put 1. 30%, no, they don't have 30% female in the main board, that's why I put 0. And in terms of independent, the non-executive board, they don't have it. See, this board, because like family owned business, you don't have that much non-executive board in the main board. And more than 2/3 are non-executive in the main board. See, of course, if there is no here also supposed to be 0. And green technology, yes they do have it, that's why I put 1. Charity, they do have 1. CSR program, they do have it, 1. So total of my score is 8. So if you notice, this 8 actually out of 14 items. So you take 8, divide by 14, and then you get 57.7142, and so on. But you don't have to do the calculation. The formula already pre-calculated. So what you need to do is put this number only 01, and you have to do it 5 years. You see, from your 5 years annual report. So each year you will get this number. So what this number tells you actually? So basically the corporate governance index number tells you that if this number is closer to 1, meaning you have almost 100% comply, to the corporate governance principle, the 5 principle. So in our case, it's not very close to 1. So when you get this number, the next step, you need to copy. And of course, you already have the data, in your data. This is example. So your data will probably be empty like this. So the next, you just have to write CG index. So when you have the CG index, you put the cursor here, and then you go back to your data, and then you highlight this data and click Ctrl C, and you come back to your this sheet and go to paste spatial, click on values, click on transpose, and click OK. Now when you have this data, the next step is you need to import this data into your SPSS and run the analysis. So for those who use the dependent variable based on the principle of corporate governance, you must have the CG index. So some of you may be the principle of accountability, independent, it doesn't matter, because in the end we average the score. So based on this score, when we run regression, then we see whether the other independent variable has the influence on your CG index. Alright, that will be all for example of this corporate governance index calculations. So once you run the SPSS analysis, make sure that you upload the output in PDF format in Padlet link, so that I can see what kind of output that you have. And remember, I don't expect anything less than the best from your assignments, because this actually will replace your final exam. And make sure that you have put your best work on these assignments. And once again, I wish you all the best, and stay safe at home, and try to enjoy as much as you can. Smile when you're doing these assignments. Alright, thank you. Have a good day. Bye.